Let's talk a little bit about pressure. Okay? Uh, what came to me tonight was, yeah, it could be a little pressuring. And what is the true nature and structure of pressure? And is it inevitable for pressure to be pressuring, or can we play with pressure so it's the right pressure, just like when you get a massage, you go, oh, right there, oh, that feels good. So sometimes we get pressure by others, and never underestimate the power of conditioning. Meaning, if we went through our entire teens and prior to our teens, preteen and teens, frequently, if not constantly, being told, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. That's a lot of fucking pressure. That's also a lot of fucking time. So now we have built a relation with pressure, and we may be sending a resistance towards that pressure. So we pressure the pressure, and it creates a friction. And here we are, grown-up adults with dreams that may have faded because of the pressure of the past also. So one aspect of pressure we diffuse, we realize we have been pressured by a lot of people in our lives, and we may have a false impression of that, almost like a ghost, an imprint that's following us, and we don't realize, wait a minute, I'm my own man, I'm my own woman, I am a grown-up adult today. I can peel off the false sense of pressure from others, and if I decide to do something and I really want to do it because it's important to me, then I'm doing it for me, and there's no need that I should pressure myself or resist a form of pressure. It's more, then it transmutation. Then it becomes an honoring of the self, a serving of the self. Why would we ever, for whatever reason, deny ourselves access to what we value, what we dream of, what we wish for, what we like, and what we want? What benefit would there be in denying that to ourselves? And here's my personal equation. I'd rather die knowing that I gave it my all than die going, oh shit, maybe I could have, I don't know. So at least I want to give myself one thing. If I cannot have it all, who knows? Okay? I like to contemplate. I can have it all, but there's no guarantee. It's not owed to me. Okay, it's a lot of it is up to me, and some of my things may come short here and there. We don't know. I'm okay. I like to contemplate both light and darkness because I live on a planet where I'm exposed to both. So I think I'm missing out if I only want the happy, the joyful, the yeah, I'm doing good. No, I'm not. Okay? So each day I contemplate a little bit of both, the carrot and the stick. I think battery, plus and minus on a battery, while keeping it simple. At least I want to grant myself the knowingness that I gave myself a chance. I gave the things that I want more than a chance. I gave it my all. But the equation is, why wouldn't I give me all that I possibly give me? Why? It would be a pretty fucked up equation if we infuse wisdom, as wild as it maybe appear as an idea, the wisdom that why would one person deny themselves access to what they want? Then there's the pressure to having to perform, to having to do it now. So we gotta play with that. Okay, it's more of a surrender. And once again, my impression has been that we have learned a model from others because we were reluctant, or we lacked awareness, or sometimes, let's face it, we lacked the discipline. We didn't really have a reason. No kid will get paid in school. And if they get a allowance, it's not like, okay, fame and $1 million and 5 brand new bikes. So it's like it comes short a little bit. As it comes short on one side, others maybe you gotta do it. You have to. That static, that energy, and we don't realize that we carried that with us. And this is not the way to motivate, unless ultimately all form of communication should be measured on the impact it creates. It should be reorganized, restructured until it creates the impact. So if you find yourself talking to yourself or telling yourself you should, you haven't, and it doesn't seem to move you into action, then instead of further diving into frustration and go, oh man, I tried, simply go, I am not using the right model of motivation. The right model of motivation is the one that has me inspired. Now, there's also the fact that we probably may have tried. You know, if I'm fully honest with me, which I like to be, and I know that it's a process. So if today I feel like I'm really honest with myself, I probably will uncover tomorrow that to some degree I was still buying into some bullshit somewhere, somehow. And there's a deeper level of honesty that will take me further. Another recommendation. Yet, I know honestly that there's times where I feel like, man, I've worked so hard already. I've given it so much. You almost feel like, oh shit, I gotta again push. Is this gonna be my whole life like that? So that's one of the pitfall of not really feeling fueled to go for it. I bet you have it too a little bit, kind of like, all right, I've been there before. That we need to dust it off. That we need to have a different frame of mind. We need to know that we never know just how close we are. That every step we ever took into that direction was not wasted. It gave us distinction. We just can tweak it. It's not that, oh, I've tried before. Well, tweak it. You don't know. Maybe it's a matter of an idea whose time has come. Maybe you were just still generating information and suddenly, boom, the big explosion. Another one is that we sometimes are a little reluctant to put efforts. Personally, I have this thing, almost like, you know, when you decide to stop a habit. Research have demonstrated, and including my own research, that if, let's say, you get fucked up a lot and so on, at some point I did that in my life, one of the fear is like, you mean that I'll never be able to do it again? For some, it's with food. Suddenly you go, oh man, I'll never be able to eat that cookie again. So there's the fear that it's always going to have to be a certain way and that you may miss out on something. So you mean I just cannot ever sleep until like 2-3 days without doing shit? You mean I cannot just like keep on watching TV? When will I rest? Well, we have to know that the more we honor ourselves, the more those other things don't matter so much. We would reach for those things or count on those things because of the fact that we were not tapping into creating a greater quality of life. I mean, if today we told you you want to watch a TV or you want to fly to Hawaii with your brand new fucking jet, well, I don't care about a jet. I don't care about Hawaii. What do you care about? You care about you. So what can you do right here and right now? Let's do a simple little exercise. There's other forms of pressure, but I want to hear from you guys also. Right now, I want you for a second to forget completely about me. I want you to think about you. You made the time, you are here. You're watching this. It might not be all that you hope it would be, but why not then make it be for you all that you hope it would be? Here's a question. And I suggest, I encourage, I urge you, or I would just say, why not play with that question again? If right now you could truly grant yourself a moment of epiphany, if you could truly right now, almost like stepping into a new reality, a parallel reality, generate a true transformation, and not a transformation out of obligation, a transformation in which you are letting go of the old model for a better one, you know, like a trade-in. Suddenly, like you had an impression, this is my life, this is me, this is what I can do, this is what I cannot do, it's okay, yeah. But that suddenly, no matter how good it may have appeared to be, suddenly we go, never mind, here's something greater. Give me your $100, here's $1,000. Give me your old car, here's a brand new car. Give me your 1 bedroom, here's a 5 bedroom. Could also be give up your shit thoughts and shit thinking, and it's not yours, it's a habit. We are not those things. We get caught into those things. We're under the impression we are those things. We are not. Who we are is pure potential, pure power to yet be determined and explored. And I haven't witnessed a plateau yet in history. You know, they haven't said yet, well, iPhone, whatever number they're at the time you're watching this, sorry, that's the best we can do. That's it this time. No. Next year we're not gonna tell you. Oh yeah, just is that the new iPhone or is that the new this? You know, there's no plateau. So this is in motion because as we suggest that, you'll become aware of your equations and you'll become aware of the pressure that may rise. And you'll be able to play with those two things just a little bit more to explore the possibility that maybe more frequently than we know it, we can have breakthroughs, we can optimize, we can arise, we can adapt new ways of going through life that are more efficient, that are more enjoyable, that are more empowering, that are more enlightening. So if we toss that out there, if right now, you know, there's words of miracle workers, there's words of instantaneous healing, instant. The world constantly says, you can have it now, click here, now. We always want the quick fix, so why not a richer form, a more organic form of a fix now? If you could have this, why not? So notice your equations. Maybe your equation is like, well, that would be nice, but how? Why not go into why not? And then there would be a beginning to it. But before we explore how you would process that, how you would feel it, how you would sense it, how you would become aware of it, that something somewhere indeed is changing. And it may change first at the level of your mind, opening to the fact, hey, wouldn't that be pretty fucking cool? On a Wednesday night, raining in Los Angeles, for some of you watching in Europe, might be a Thursday morning, or I don't know what the weather is like. If you watch the replay later, might be a sunny Sunday or a snowy Saturday. Who the fuck knows? But it would be pretty cool randomly. And then people ask you, how you doing? And some of them, you won't tell them. You just smile and go, oh, wow, seems to be doing good. You got paid. Aha. You got a new job. You got a new car. I got an epiphany. I just allowed myself to ascend and rise to higher levels. Before we do that, what would tell you within you that you could not, or that you should not, or what pressure? Yeah, that'd be nice, but I want it. Well, if those two were to drop completely and we're in just a moment of pure possibility and we were to play like we used to when we were kids, but to play with how we can have life even more abundantly in your own ways. Go beyond my words. You've been pressured by so many other people. There's a part of us that always checks and goes like, is that okay for me? Forget about me, like I said before. Think about you right now. Think about you, for you, by you, as you. We always are concerned about the next person who will come in the way. That's a big concern. All of us human, we have the concern of the next person that may come in the way. Sometimes we're concerned that it might be a creditor. Sometimes we're concerned that it may be a random fucking crazy like we hear on the news that will attack us. Sometimes we're concerned that it's going to be somebody who wants our position, who wants something that we have. Sometimes we're concerned it may just be a weird person, a slow person, a bad driver, or somebody that's difficult, or a fucking neighbor, I'm ready to rest, they're playing their fucking music. But how often do we slow ourselves down, hold ourselves back, dishonor ourselves? What if we shift this right here and right now? And right now, you are giving to yourself, in the words of Gandhi, the change you want to see in the world. But not necessarily in a way where you be like this. In a way where you could be like this, or you could be like this. Or you could be like this, or you could be like this, or you could be like this. Any direction. Grant, I'm suggesting we practice a mental, emotional, spiritual success muscle tonight, instead of the question that presupposes that, okay, well, at that point, Einstein, or at that point, Elvis, or Muhammad Ali, or Michael Jordan, or whomever the fuck, Bill Gates, or this or that, at that point, or VK, or AZD, or Tony Robbins, there was that moment when suddenly they were like, oh, my life is changing now. What if instead it's more of an ability that's strengthened? Hey, an ability, you know, a lot of sports that came to be at first were not sports. I haven't heard of, like, hey, did you ever watch the championship in the tennis championship in prehistorical day? I don't know that there were football games in the days of the Roman Empire. There were some games that started. What about before? Yeah, certainly we're not playing fucking video games. So a lot of disciplines were uncovered. What about we uncover the invisible, the ways to turn ourselves into invincible? So right now we exercise the muscle of, wow, I'm not going to wait for the world to tell me, Happy New Year, what are your goals? I'm not going to wait for a check to come in to go, oh, I feel good. I'm not going to wait for the next great motivational talk or seminar. I'm going to nurture this on a daily basis. This is my new default at any given time. I've been playing with this, you know. I've been playing with this a lot. I found I had a moment of enlightenment last year at the DMV. The line was long, the place was unpleasant. I found myself generalizing. Some people were very cool or okay there. It wasn't so unpleasant, but you know, that another form of pressure. And suddenly at some point I go, stop it. It's your life. What are you doing to yourself? You're making yourself dependent on people, places, things around you, and you're the first one who's stopping you. See, every time we go, that person did this, that was wrong. I'm not saying we shouldn't be aware of those things. We should be aware of those things, and we make decisions and we voice ourselves. What we shouldn't do to the self is repress the self because of that. Okay? It's easy to still carry something against somebody that may not even be alive or is long gone or from childhood or something. We got to realize that it's a ripple effect. We see it out there, but there's that place within. And as within, so without. So we create all the changes. We create the most phenomenal universe, and not in terms of delusion or imagination, in the term of management, internal management. Okay? Like an incredible boss who goes, today I reward everybody in a healthy way. Today I encourage everybody, like the speech, like the moment, that moment. See, any trigger on the outside activates a response on the inside. If it was just the trigger on the outside, then it's just some random person talking outside, and it would not impact anyone or anything within. So that which responds within, let that be activated right now in your own way, an expansion.